is now totally green, 3 coats, and we're really pleased with the colour. So the next job is I've got to line the bottom half of the walls where the Lincrusta goes. Now I hadn't expected to do this, which is why I painted to the bottom, but after watching a video how to apply the Lincrusta, which is quite in depth and you are meant to go on a course, I have to cross line them first. It's a 3.5 metre stretch about across this short wall, so it's going to be a bit tricky on my own, but I'm up for a challenge. So we all love using decorator's cork or filler or whatever you like to call it, mastic, but when it comes to wallpapering and lining, where it's been used at the bottom, there's no straight angle, there's no 45-degree angle that's nice and neat. So what I'm doing is using a scraper just to dig it out carefully so that we've got a nice, clean, straight edge for wallpapering up against. It's coming away quite easily. And then we'll just clean it up with a bit of sandpaper afterwards. And as you can see where it's coming off, there's going to be a nice angle there for the wallpaper to sit down against. All in the preparation. While Adrian's out of the room, the time has come to cut this Lincrusta panel, the first one. He's done a tester cut on the sample and it takes 3 passes of the blade. He's got to get it dead straight. No pressure, Adrian, when you come back, but look how beautiful this paper really is. You also have to cut off the sides, but for the moment I just wanted to get the height so that I can get the lining paper on the wall underneath. This is the most beautiful paper. And if I lift it up, you can see how thick it is. It's so exciting. Let's hope he does it right. Otherwise it's very expensive each metre he cuts.
So I'm just going to double check with you, not with our lovely audience, is I am cutting on the bottom, leaving a little edge in there. Yeah?
That's correct.
Okay. Right. I'm hoping that we can still just work our way along this.
You going for it?
Well, yeah. See, first cut though is just letting the blade do the work, because that way, once there's a slight groove there, then I can just follow it afterwards. Happy there? I am going for it. You can hear it's cutting, so that's good. Love this concentration. Right. It's actually not bad material to cut.
No.
What do you mean?
I didn't say that, I said
It's too late now, I've cut it. Okay.
I have faith in you, darling.
I wouldn't.
I'm excited about hanging it up on the wall in a minute just to see what it looks like.
My worry is, me doing this, you're going to start rushing because you want this up.
No, there's no way I'm rushing this job.
Good, good.
People go on training to do this.
Now you tell me. Should I have gone on a bit of training to cut this?
Just to make it worse,
Yeah.
Bethany's just about to walk through the door.
She can do this. Yeah, this is really good because there's no grain in it, which we sometimes get with our boards at work. It starts to follow the grain. This is cutting really well. In fact, I think I've cut it. I think you'll find that's done. Yeah, it's ready to go. Last cut. That
Can you get rid of that little blip there?
is the perfect... What little blip?
There.
Oh, that little
Yeah.
blip.
Thank you. Nice and neat.
Okay.
Wow. Should we call Bethany in to see her reaction?
I've had a shower.
Well, I don't think they're going to know if you smell.
Yeah, well, my
Your
hair
video.
is awful.
We've just cut a panel.
You cut it?
Well, sort of. There's a quick way. If you grab it, grab the bottom and quickly pull. Pull. Yay!
The guy outside that's just come to do my windscreen told me that you were doing this, and I told him I'm going to go back to work because I'm scared.
I'm scared too, but Dad's done a really good job. So what I wanted to do is between you, hang it on the wall so I can see what it looks like. Oh, if you put the laser level on, darling, I've got the height.
Really? 40 pounds you got there in your hand.
That?
Yeah, so
There's
careful.
no mark on it.
The point I'm saying is be very careful with it. Go on then. Is it
Laser
going-
behind you.
Yep.
You hold that side.
Right, so that sits there. Have you got it there? There you go, there.
Oh my God, I could cry.
Don't. It looks good, doesn't it?
Wowzer. See how square it is, so we did cut it all right.
And I've got the laser level at the right height.
Yep, so that's going to work well.
So, but I've got to line it first, which is a shame because it looks really nice in here if it's dark green. When you come back home tonight after work, there's going to be a border of plain.
I bet this is up as well. How long do you have to leave the lining paper before this can be done then?
So the lining paper has to go up. You then have to seal it twice
Right.
before this can even go up.
And which way, so everyone knows the lining paper, you would do the lining paper horizontally.
Cross lining it.
Cross lining, yes. Exciting, eh?
Oh, do you know what? I actually really like it
Plain.
The
plain.
cream colour.
I really like it plain.
Well, it won't be painted till mum's finished, so we'll decide then.
Oh, so you will paint it once it's all up and on the walls?
Yes. Not before.
I really like it plain.
Oh my Lord.
No.
Do you like it?
No. We'll see.
It does look good though, doesn't it? Very nice, very fancy.
So we've just worked out the pattern on this. In other words, what we're cutting off. It's a little confusing. We know that this waist is coming off, leaving that line. But we've got the same image there repeated over. So we have to be very careful what we're cutting here. Ideal place. I mean, I don't understand why I haven't done that. Would have been to actually run down this groove. Very easy. But no. Let me put the blade upside down. We're actually going to be running down here.
Oh, your hands are a bit jittery,
Exactly.
aren't they?
I feel like we need to recruit a surgeon to do this. Wow.
There's only 20 panels, 20 metres.
Oh, okay. I've got a whole nothing to do today, have I? Okay, it's fine. There's no point. I'm just going to go for it. What can go wrong? I think it's a case of just slowly catching monkey. And as I said before, the first cut's always just a very thin, no weight at all, just to create a groove for me then to follow.
I'm really disappointed. After putting all that green on the wall, I've had to cover it up, which I knew, but now I've realised how much I actually love the green. So the lining paper is up on both ends. I've gone around the sockets, taken them off and gone around them. And so we'll have to let that dry. And then I think it's 2 coats of seal on top of the paper before the Lincrusta. There we have it, work in progress. So as always, it's in the preparation. We have our sheet of Lincrusta here face down, and first of all we have to soak it with some warm water. So with a sponge I'm just wiping it over, and then we have to soak it for 6 minutes, around 6 minutes. It gives me time in between to set up the laser, get all the tools ready, make sure everything's clean and ready for this drop. So now that's coated with warm water, it will soak in and make the material slightly more pliable, and it will stretch a little bit, as with all wallpapers. So let's set that timer for 6 minutes. 6 minutes have passed, and now you wipe off the excess water that hasn't soaked up. Just using a piece of kitchen roll for this. And 1 sheet is plenty, as they say. Okay, after that's wiped off, it's then time to apply the paste. Now, using Lincrusta, they do advise that you use their own adhesive that comes in these small pots. 1 pot is big enough for 1 roll. And it's like really thick, I'll show you, really thick, gloopy PVA. And it goes on really thick as well. So just do this around the edges afterwards so it doesn't stick to the table. And after we've done this process, you don't need to have to let it soak in like you do with normal papers, because you've already dampened and stretched the paper with the water beforehand. Nice thick layer. Obviously this paper weighs a lot, so it needs a good strong adhesive to keep it up on the wall. Some people do ceilings with it. Haven't seen it in person, but there are photos on the internet of bars in London that have it on the ceiling. And soon maybe they'll put on their internet a house in Hampshire. Who knows? So this has to be the most stressful day I've had since we moved, trying to get this wallpaper up. I'm not sure if you can even call it wallpaper, but it's going well now. Adrian spent quite some time trimming it for me. And the glue is like PVA, it's really thick. Obviously there's a lot of weight with this paper. So I'm just trying to make sure it's all level before we seal it into place. It turns out the entire room, actually I suspect the entire house, is going down at a level. We've been measuring it up the last couple of days, and it appeared that there's a whole inch out from one end of the room to the other. So where we do a join with the paper, is going to be a bit tricky. As you can see, I'm really trying to concentrate to do this and get the levels right. Right, I think that's pretty good. Level there. Doesn't quite reach the skirting board. Like I said, this room's not straight, it's not square. All we do then is go over it with a foam roller, starting from the middle out to get all the air bubbles out. Obviously, I'm showing you a simple piece. It's been quite an ordeal getting around the sockets. And you can just see there's a tiny little gap of the lining paper over there, along there. But we're either planning to trim it off and butt the paint colour up to it, or put a moulding across here, depending on what we do with the top walls along the other side. And there you can see I've gone around the sockets there. 2 more pieces to the end of that wall, and then I shall show you the whole effect in the different lights. But I'm so pleased with it.
I've got to ask, how you getting on?
How does it look like I'm getting on?
Oh dear, that bad, eh? Well, it's perfect to the green line, I'll give you that.
Well, it is along the top, not along the bottom.
God, but I tell you what, this pattern is amazing when you see it close up. I don't know on camera if you're really getting the 3-dimensional.
Shall I show you something better?
Go on then.
Hold on, let me just do this. Okay, look at this. Look at how amazing.
Where am I standing? Back where you are then. Hold on. Ready to be blown away. Go on then. With my nice lights I put up. You can see it on camera how wow actually. You see? That really does show. All it needs now is a colour and you're nearly there. So knowing how long that's taken you, because you're obviously being very cautious. 3 days to finish it? Oh no.
We can't do any more till you cut some more sheets.
Well, that's my next job. I'll actually now cut you some more sheets ready.
Back's killing though. All this leaning over, I've just cut that length as well.
Careful, don't lean over. Don't lean over too far. No, your grey hairs might show. Well, at least you got hair. Okay, so yeah, a fantastic job, as I'm sure everyone will agree.
And 2 rows of 20 metres, 20 lengths will do these entire 3 walls.
Okay, plans, or I haven't
Bit
thought
left
about it.
over for that wall. I'm not sure if I want to do that wall or not.
One thing you did mention, which I haven't said on videos, you weren't sure about the alcove, the return, or...
Oh,
yeah,
in here.
correct.
Because it's going to come up to about here.
Correct, yeah.
I'm not sure if it's going to look right on that wall, which is why I only ordered 2 rows for these 3 walls.
Okay, right, I better put the camera down and start cutting. I've left her alone for a couple of days. I'm not going to see how she's getting on. No one's allowed in this room, we've been banned, but another wall done. Cool, you're flying through it now.
No, there's 1 piece left at the corner.
So there is. You wouldn't notice, lining paper, don't worry. Okay, so that means...
I'm taking off at the moment. the bits of lining paper at the top. I've trimmed that up. That's
yes.
nicely.
Yep. Any ideas what's going on top, or is that a surprise?
It's
Work in progress.
Don't rush me.
Okay, and then will I get the mirror up tonight?
Yes.
Oh, let's answer that question quickly. Fine.
Because I'm not rushing the painting because this needs to dry, so I'm going to leave this for a few days to dry
Okay.
before I paint it.
Right. Well, I'm impressed, and actually I love it, but yeah, the painting effect, we'll come back to you. Well, it's all hands on deck here. We're all at it today, actually. So Carol's got me carrying on trimming, as you see, the paper. Most of it's going down, and we're just finishing off at the moment the other side over here. That's the laser line. Then we've got to make a decision on the back wall. When I say the back wall, the window wall, if you like. But I'll let Carol update you on that. Yeah, all hands on deck to try and get this all finished, ready for the Christmas dinner in here. So let's crack on.